So the future update is coming pretty soon. I made a matchup chart I posted on Twitter, but I said I was going to do a stream of me explaining some of the decisions, so I thought might as well just keep that out the way. I'll put the matchup chart right here on the should be on the screen. Thank you, editor. So yeah, you can always come back, refer to the chart as I'm explaining to the characters. So yeah, let's I'll start from the top and I'll start from the top and I'll make my way down. So let's start with Johnny. Okay, so this matchup it's changed. It's one of the matchups that's changed. Of course, I mean, a lot of Zato's matchups have changed with them as of recent due to the nerfs, but you know, this matchup was a debatable matchup. Johnny players thought Johnny won, Zato players thought Johnny won, but a few Zato players thought that Zato would even or actually won it last patch. And this was due to Johnny not having, he now has a dash jump. If you didn't know, Johnny's dash is 18 frames, but he cannot block during the dash, which is huge because I'll bring it up later in the video as we get different characters, but dash block is huge for Zato. So not having it is pretty unfortunate, but he is misfiring. This move it's good and it's bad. It's not great, but it serves its purpose. It's very minus on block, but it's good at forcing the Zato to somewhat think about when they summon. And of course, due to the nerfs, you don't want to lose any. It can look like this. So for example, let's say Johnny, okay, so I'm controlling Johnny, okay. So there's Misfinder and then Misfinder, right? Let's say, for example, I summon. So let's say I hit, right? Flip my summon, etc. But Misfinder is so minus on block that you can do stuff like this. So the neutral isn't terrible. One thing to note as well is that Eddie does go under Misfinder as well. But to make up for this, Johnny has obviously SMF, the low hitting version of Misfinder, and a pretty long reaching 2S, which are good, but not as great as you think. The neutral is fine, but it's probably slightly in Johnny's favor. This matchup isn't terrible, way easier than the ones I'm gonna get into later. But yeah, the dash jump is good, good for scrambles. If the Zato has Eddie in a weird spot and he wants to unsummon, but Johnny's on top of him now because of the dash jump, then it can make unsummoning a bit more difficult than before. But yeah, it's also better because before Johnny kind of used to just get stuck by this move over and over, because what would happen is the top point would actually hit his flip, so it would hit this. So, wait, I know. There we go. So it hit his flip, and he couldn't dash jump, so he would just get stuck by it over and over again. But now he has options over it, so the neutral's a bit easier for him.
You said that scrum! Oh my god! Ah! Anyways.
And of course the damage when he gets meter is just, you know, oh man. Johnny's offense is pretty good, but it's when he gets meter that he kind of just deletes Zato. You get the point though. Johnny does pretty good damage when he gets meter and when he gets going, and it's definitely easy for him to get started than Zato, of course. He also has the option of he has some RPS with Misfinder that he can use and some Eddie strings to make up for his dash block, lack of dash block. So overall, a fine matchup. Not terrible, not great. It's whatever, Johnny favor, but nothing crazy. This matchup is weird. So it's fine, but it's not great. Okay, to start, so Zato, this matchup is it's bad because of numbers. The risk reward is, oh my gosh, the risk reward is fucking horrendous. It's really bad. But the neutral itself is fine. It's just the numbers, right? Like for example, Zato's 5P, even though it got nerfed, it's still good at stuff in Soul. The neutral isn't terrible. Compared to the other matchups in the same tier as Soul, like the really bad ones, this one is one of the easier ones due to the neutral being one of them. So for example, Soul cannot just spam this move. This is obviously one of the moves that everyone complains about. Zato's pretty good. You know, he doesn't go over this, doesn't go over this, doesn't go over this. So it's good. But you know, you get hit by it, then Soul damage. Well, right? This can't really fuck with Zato's 2P or 5P, sorry. This as well. Soul, his pokes aren't great, because he is the hitbox in a lot of different situations. It's not like Ram where she's just throwing out disjointed fucking swords full screen, right? He is the hitbox. You know, he's using himself to attack. He's very good at RPSing with Zato on hit because Zato's P normal is obviously like +1, 0, right? He's minus on hit to like basically even on hit, which isn't great. So solo situations to fuck with Zato, even on hit. He's good at RPSing, and also the most one, you will hear me say this a lot, he has a DP. If you have a DP, you beat Zato by default. By default, doesn't matter. Every DP character beats Zato. He used to be good versus DPs, now he's very fucking shit versus DPs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, like Zato has answers to this, he has answers to this, he has answers to this. You know, he has answers to like a bunch of things in Soul's Kit. It's just the numbers are horrendous, right? Like you lost the game. Like shit like this, anything, counter hit this, you lost. Zato's defense is very shit. He dies very quick. Soul being one of the highest damaging characters in the game. And also Soul has high health, which is also, if you have high health, you probably beat Zato as well. So yeah, that's Soul. Okay, so Kai is... This matchup is weird. So, actually, I'm lying. I don't know why it's weird. So Kai is an interesting matchup. It's pretty straightforward, and unironically, out of all the Zato players in North America, I think I'm one of the best at this matchup. I'm very confident in this matchup. So, to start, this button is insane, right? Yeah. The problem is, so the fireballs are fine, right? To start, DP, actually. Let me get that out of the way. He's a DP, so boom. Already he beats Zato. He has fireballs, good TK fireballs, straightforward fireball, charge fireballs. Not that great against Zato. Like, they work, and again, with how Eddie works in the season, with if you kill him once, like, the game can be over. So, they're good to, like, catch Zato or Eddie slipping, right? You can definitely catch Zato trying to do something and then gets caught by a fireball, right? So they're decent. They work and they help, especially in this version. Not too much last version, but yeah. Also in this matchup, at least how I play it, P normals were huge versus Kai, and now that they're nerfed, it sucks, especially when this button is still fucking insane. But besides that, like, you can still use your P normals. They still work okay. 6P is obviously good. Yeah, I mean, it's DP, but this matchup is fine. The reason it's bad, I put it bad on my chart, is because of... So, this move, Stun Dipper obviously, the reward on hit is too much. And to the point where Zato kind of gets locked out of playing the game when he doesn't have meter. And so it becomes a matter of you cannot move. Or you can, but if you try to play around it and you try to like take advantage of a situation and you end up getting clipped by it, okay. Okay, so what, like 50%, right? This move also kills Eddie. So this happens, boom, and then boom, you lost, right? So taking 50, I didn't even super on that first one. Let me super this time. Yeah, there we go. So like 55% for a full screen load that beats your kit, you know, and with how easy it is to get meter in this game, it's definitely, it's rough. Yeah, but again, not a terrible matchup. It's just high with meter kind of locks you out of the game, so therefore it's pretty bad. The risk reward's pretty bad. It's normals. So yeah. Okay, so A.B.A. Disjointed normals, right? Disjoint. Okay, so already her normals are insane. Probably one of the better characters at killing Eddie, just normal-wise. Probably the best. Not just like not killing Eddie overall, but just the normals. The risk reward is horrendous. Horrendously bad. Zato's probably one of the worst characters at dealing with Mei's kit. She projectile, it's good. I mean, she probably has like the highest damage in the game with Slayer and like Nago. So Dolphin, obviously. fucking broken. There's some situations where she can actually use Dolphin RPS with some Eddie strings. Her jump, floaty. I mean, with Zato 6P as it is, it's actually not the greatest anti-air. So shit like this is definitely harder to do with Zato than most characters. Unfortunately, we don't really have any good Mays in NA. Like, we don't have the one Slashes in Europe. No, sorry, he's not in Europe. I forgot where he lives. But yeah, we don't have any good Mays, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't really get to play this matchup too often. All the May players kind of get, like, the kind of, yeah, just players, I guess. Yeah, this matchup is just risk rewarded. You would have to see like true gameplay of this. Like, I mean, you would just have to. I mean, I could probably just put a clip on the screen of Latif getting fucking TOD'd. But yeah, like, you know, slash Latif play, the score would be like 60 to 15 or something like that. Like, this matchup is pretty horrendous. It's weird because May. Oh yeah, I mean, the new move that she got helps as well because I mean, more options on offense. But yeah, this matchup is just fucking horrendous, right? Like, there's just not much that can be done. And she has Orange Wild Assault, right? If you have Orange Wild Assault, it's, yeah. Axl. Okay. You guys probably saw it as well. It's up there with May and the other characters. This matchup is fucking horrible. Off rip. Like, bro. Axl is one of the characters that you need to bait their burst. Unfortunately, with the break the law nerfs, obviously you cannot bait burst anymore. Axl, and you'll hear me say it for a couple other characters, you need to bait their burst. And with Zato not being able to do that, it is so fucking shitty. So, what else about this matchup? Zato cannot deal with this. Shit is. These normals are so good for Zato. He cannot really fuck with these. And obviously, because of the flight nerfs, they are most shown in the Axl matchup. Before, flight was pretty used, and you were able to kind of try to get in Axl's dead zone due to how much time you had to be in the air. But due to the flight nerfs, you obviously cannot stay in the air as long, so you're kind of just falling on this, and if you get countered by this or hit by this, you kind of just fucking die. Axl builds risk. You're just kind of dash blocking him. You cannot use Eddie in neutral. And even when you do, he obviously, like I said, burst, YRC is good, deflect, etc. He has lower health for sure, but one thing that people don't talk about enough are his options in Zato's pressure. Zato is one of the worst characters in the game at dealing with this move. Like, this shit is... It's airborne frame 1. So, for example, a situation that can happen, I'm going to go ahead and swap characters, actually. So that works. So yeah, he has some good options. Obviously, he has this as well. It's 5 frames. He has good options of jumping out of your shit, and you know, he also picks it up with options like these. So yeah, he has some pretty good built-in options. It's hard to kind of get him like pinned down, but yeah, flight nerf definitely matters. Axl does a shit ton of damage, especially to Zato. Neutral's horrendous. These buttons are insane. Burst, can't bait his burst. Yeah, fucking terrible matchup. Okay, now we're on to Chipp. Okay, so one thing that you'll start to hear me say, like I think I said it earlier. If you have a good dash block, like good speed, mobility versus Zato, you probably beat him. Or I mean, obviously in this version you do, but you know, he would, even if Zato wasn't as bad as he was now, he would still struggle. He struggles with fast characters. So, Chipp, you can't really summon versus him because he's so fast, he can kind of just stop that shit. Good speed, obviously. One of the problems that Zato has versus fast characters is his 2K 2D. So, versus fast characters, they want to stay in the zone versus Zato where they're kind of here. Like when Eddie's dead, they kind of want to stay right here. And once he commits to something, boom, whiff punishment, right? That's what fast characters want to do. Zato, if he, let's say Zato he overcommits and he goes 2K 2D, right? To like, he sees the Chipp player kind of walking back and forth. Let's say the Zato decides to run up 2K 2D. A lot of the times, due to the spacing that the Chipp is playing, or like the fastest character is playing at, the 2D will just whiff, and then you're minus on hit. So more times than you would think, this happens. And this situation is terrible. Next, Chipp has, I mean, let's get it out the way. He has a DP, so he automatically beats Zato by default. He's fast. He has some of the best dash block in the game, meaning in his strings. Let's say he does something like this. Okay, let's say this. This is just an example. Right? Shit like that. There's other situations, but I won't go too in depth with it. But his dash block versus Zato is very good. Also, since he has 3 fucking jumps, don't ask why. He's very hard to pin down to make block. 3-framer as well. 5-framer, 5-framer, 5-framer. So 3 5-framers, a 3-framer. So fly is pretty bad versus him. Do this normal. Round start is pretty shit. And to avoid 6P, he is this, which is probably one of the better tools. Chipp's problem, he lacks damage this patch, and you know, first a character like Zato that has no DP and the lowest, no guts, and the 3rd lowest like effective health in the game, you kind of just get fucking killed. Like Chipp kind of just kills Zato. It doesn't feel any different than it does. So this matchup's pretty shit. Can't really summon a neutral too well. It's really hard to get Eddie on Chipp due to the 30 fucking options he has to get out of Zato's pressure. He is a DP. He's super fast. Neutral without Eddie is super shit. Hard to hit confirm. And you have the RPS on hit, like always, because Zato is minus on hit on his speed normals. So, pretty shit matchup. Will not lie. It is not good. Alright, Pot. Okay, Faust. So I'm actually I believe I'm one of the better Zatos at this matchup in North America. Probably like one of the best. This is an interesting matchup. So, okay, so to start, Zato is unironically very good versus Faust in terms of dealing with items. Because of this and this. Obviously, you can go under the ground, right? Kind of avoid items. And this just kind of beats everything, as well as having shit like, where's the fucking bomb? Where's the fucking bomb? Invite health that kind of launches the bomb, right? So it's an interesting matchup, but I do think Faust wins it just because Zato is fucking trash. It's not even like system mechanics in this matchup. It's not even needing to bait his burst. I just say it's favored toward Faust just because it just is, right? You know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not too much to say about this one. Zato does some things well, but ultimately, he just can't do it well enough. One thing that he needed in this were his P-normals, and they got nerfed, so, yeah. The flight nerf doesn't really matter, because you weren't flying on Faust anyways, right? With Eddie, it still feels really good. Like, with Eddie, the matchup feels better, obviously. I mean, as it does with all matchups. But versus Faust, it's really helpful to have Eddie in neutral, so not having him as long is definitely pain if he dies, right? So I'd just say it's that. The Eddie timer definitely mattered in this matchup, and sadly, it's just how it is. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Faust has some good buttons at killing. He's really good at killing Eddie. He has this. This is good at dealing with peers. This is good in some situations. This is good, but more committal. So it's good at stopping Eddie footsies in different situations. So like Eddie footsies being like summoning Eddie and kind of moving him around, playing footsies, and then, you know, committing to a move right through negative edge. So yeah, it's fine. It's not terrible. It's one of his better matchups. As again, I think I'll put the chart at the start of the video. You can go back and look at it, but it's not that bad. Okay, so this matchup. Okay, like I've said, so okay, fast character, fast, good versus Zato. Speed is very good. 9-frame far slash. This shit is fucking outrageous. 2K insane. She is the DLC 2K. Yeah, Zato. One of the problems with Millia, I guess, by Millia players is that she does lower damage compared to the rest of the cast and needs more hits to kill you, aka breaking the wall more times than other characters like fucking Slayer, for example. But versus Zato doesn't matter because he gets fucking 2-touched by Millia. Like his fucking health is like it's nowhere, right? So it kind of just dies, and you know. Yeah, mixed character versus low health, fucking no defense, right? It's pretty shit. Zato has the worst anti-air 5P in the game. So, you know, Millia that flies around all fucking day and tries to beat your anti-airs. You can't anti-air with your P-normals, which is terrible. And she's good at getting around your 6P because your 6P is pretty shit at anti-airing as well. Obviously, she is this ignorant ass. What the fuck is the input for Giovanna? There it is. Obviously, she has this, so your 6P is pretty useless already, but yeah, either Zato doesn't have like the Faust anti-air 6P. It's good at neutral, but pretty bad as an anti-air. Like I said, fast character, so the neutral, he has the same problem as he does with Chipp, is the problem of 2K2D not fucking working. Yep, this happens a lot during neutral, right? You're playing neutral and then, yeah, there we go. I don't even need to fucking move. This. And then you just lose. Yeah, there you go. Also, Millia, because of the way her jump works, she's able to jump out of a lot of shit that no other character can. And like I said, it's already hard enough to get Eddie on characters that have good dash block or built-in options to build some of his RPS. But, you know, Millia with her jump just kind of gets out for free a lot of situations, and it's hard to pin her down without getting a knockdown. But it would suck if Zato's 2D to get the knockdown was ass, which sadly it is, so it's pretty hard to get Eddie on Millia. Yeah, it's just not fun. It's not a fun matchup at all. Danger. Can't really get her to block. She's fast. Danger. The neutral's horrendous without Eddie. It doesn't feel great with Eddie. Danger. She kills Eddie very easily. It's hard as Zato to, the risk reward is terrible. It's hard to get Eddie, it's hard to get her out the fucking sky in a lot of situations, but yeah, the only good thing coming from it is when you do get that knockdown, she does die pretty quick. I will not lie. Millia does die pretty quick, but she's one of the characters. It doesn't matter as much for her, like with characters like Happy Chaos and Axl, but you really wanted to bait her burst, and sadly you can't do that anymore. So it's just hard. I mean, if you bait Millia's burst, she probably lost that game. So it sucks that you can't really do that anymore. But yeah. Moving on. So Ram, this matchup is abysmal. Like, this shit is fucking worse than, like, this shit is in the void, right? Okay, so this, as it is this, right? These just kind of kill Eddie for free. This, and then she has this. Right? Just all good tools at dealing with Eddie. And obviously she has this. This is the fuck projectiles, fuck whatever you got going on, right? Just kind of ignore it. Yeah, this is very, very shitty. Just the neutral itself is almost unplayable. She has great answers for dealing with fly. This is probably top 5 anti-air 5Ps in the game. Her close slash is very, very good at anti-airing as well. Zato sucks at dealing with this move. He doesn't have a typical air dash, so he's not able to punish this. Not a lot of characters. I don't actually believe a lot of characters can. This move is pretty fucked up, but for Zato, he just is terrible at dealing with it. He cannot deal with this move. Yeah, neutral. Eddie neutral doesn't really exist versus Ram. You're gonna have to be a little creative with how you play it. Maybe some oppose here and there, but again, it's like how Mistfinder kind of makes you scared of like when to clap cancel and move forward with Eddie. Ram just has fucking billion models that deal with that. She's basically always in range to stop whatever you're doing. So it's very hard. Ram is very good versus two-step characters, so shit like this is just like, you know, and she converts off everything, right? You get hit, even from here, you're going through the fucking wall, right? Yeah, just a pretty bad matchup. Also probably the best reversal, one of the best reversal supers in the game. And Zato does not have solo, does not have a safe ender. This will whiff from this range. 2D is minus and prone to supers. Yeah, it's just that. The only thing going for it is Ram's defense is definitely not the greatest. But, you know, due to the nerfs and everything, burst and deflect and whatnot, just, you know, she kind of slobber on the defensive end and still, like, win. So yeah, not a great matchup, but it is what it is. Okay, this is probably the worst matchup in the game. This matchup is some fucking shit. Okay, so start off, 5P, probably best anti-air 5P in the game. Close slash is unironically pretty good at anti-airing as well, but again, that doesn't really matter. The 5P is good enough, and his 6P is also fucking amazing. He's a DP, flash kick, he beats Zato by default, boom, the match party sucks. And how Zato can reflect projectiles, he actually cannot reflect this. So, do this. There. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Yeah, this sucks. And also, Leo's Fireball. Yeah, I saw that. It beats, I believe it's 2 hits of drills. So probably the best Fireball that Zato can reflect, quote unquote, that is probably the best at dealing with that. Yeah, that shit is so sad. Yeah, so Fireball, you can't reflect it, and it's broken versus Eddie. DP, like I said, the best dash block versus Zato's pressure in the game with Chipp, and yeah, best dash block, so already fucking murder Zato. And then you include Fireball and this. So this is a guard point stance, and it loses to lows. But if you look at Zato's kit, there we go. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, Leo has guard point, and it loses to lows. Zato, this isn't a low, this isn't a low, obviously this isn't a low. The only low he has available to him is 2K, which is not great. And obviously you have, what a joke. This isn't a low, like I said. He has no other low, this is the mid, so nothing really works. Again, so this beats mids, Pierce. Not low. Can't do that. Obviously, Frog is fucking low. Only low he has, realistically, is 2K and 2D, but they are both stubby, and so now, kind of just holding this. Like, look at this. Right? Look how close we are. Oh my gosh, what a fucking joke. I even took a step forward. So yeah, he can't really deal with guard point. So a combination of everything. So DP, best dash block in the game versus Zato. Best reflectable projectile, quote unquote. You can't really reflect it, but can't reflect. Yeah, you can't fucking reflect it. Second best character in the game, or top 3 best characters in the game at killing Eddie. One of the problems, the last problem is what Leo players complain that he does not do enough damage for certain members of the cast. Well, Zato has no guts and the 3rd lowest effective HP in the game. So therefore, if you get hit, right, you're probably in a situation to get like 2 or 3 touched. Leo explodes this fucking character. His damage is insane. So yeah, this matchup is probably Zato's worst. I won't say what number. I mean, you can see I put it on the void on the matchup chart, but I think it might even be a tier above. I won't say a number, but this matchup is definitely the worst in the video game currently. It's unplayable. Okay, so Naga. This matchup is weird. So, okay, so White Wall Assault, right? I mean, this is obviously very good. Zato is supposed to do well versus Nago in higher blood, but unfortunately, like I said, White Wall Assault exists, and because of the Eddie timer, you're kind of, the reason why Zato does quote unquote well in versus Nago is in higher blood, you can kind of throw this out and use Eddie more due to, you know, Nago being locked out of his special moves, or he'll pop and like kill himself. So the fact that Eddie takes like twice as long to come back, you're playing versus Nago, this fucking character that kills you in like 1 hit. You're playing without Eddie, your kit, twice as long, which is not fun. Yeah, White Wall Assault. This button is insane. Round start's pretty abysmal. The risk reward is obviously trash. Great backdash. Great normals for killing Eddie. The best anti-air close slash probably in the game. Up there with Slayer and May. And then this one's obviously insane for catching your landing from flies. Flight is also, it's very sad. Flight is gone. The flight nerfs, you obviously cannot fly as long, so that's something huge versus Nago. Flight is worse. Force to fall quicker, obviously. And that's just not good versus Nago. Definitely one of the matchups that Flight affected Zato the worst. So yeah, not fun. You know, it is what it is. So Geo, I'm one of the better Zatos of this matchup. So this matchup, it used to be fine, but Geo now has this goofy shit. So if your character doesn't have the DP, you're kind of okay. Right? Hold this. Can't touch with it either. It builds a ton of risk. It builds a shit ton. Yeah, oh my, why does it build so much fucking risk? It builds a shit ton of risk. She hits you die. She got access to some mid-screen combos as well with the introduction to Season 3. So overall, she's just more stable. better Oki versus non-DP characters, better combos versus the whole cast. Fast character, like I said, fast, good, very good for Zato. She is this, she is this. She has good normals, good fast normals, a lot of multi-hits. Yeah, she's, yeah, like, she's just fast. She's not like, it's just a matchup where the risk reward is terrible. Obviously fast, like I said. Broken, unfuckable Oki. This, right? If I can actually remember the fucking input to do it. Like this. Boom. And then they gotta guess. Obviously, you're plus 15 in this situation. So yeah, just fucking guess. Obviously, like I said, since she's a faster character trying to, you know, attempt to whiff punish you, Zato has the same problem like he does Millia and Chipp. 2K2D is very inconsistent. Yeah, neutral without Eddie is horrendous. The neutral with Eddie is fine. Like, it's not terrible, it's fine. But yeah, just the way the reward she gets off hits and the way she plays neutral is so ugly for Zato. So definitely just Geo favored. She's a very straight up character. One thing about her I will say as well, she already deletes you like very quickly. Like, she 2-touches Zato pretty consistently. But you know, when she is meter, if you look at my health bar, she does chip damage, and Zato doesn't need to be losing any more health that he doesn't need to be, so fuck that shit. Also, Zato does pretty bad versus tanky characters due to like his inconsistent damage because Eddie's probably dead. So he cannot, so it takes a lot of hits to kill characters, but when Geo gets meter, 100 bar, she becomes like the tankiest character in the game. Even when she has 50 bars, her health goes up dramatically, so she's pretty tanky, which is not good. So tanky character that's like the fastest fucking character in the game that does insane damage. That, yeah, it's not great. Can't bait or burst, but yeah, it just sucks. Okay, this matchup. So this matchup, another matchup that Zato used to win back in the day. So one thing in this matchup, before Anji got fish, like he's minus 33 here, right? Like, yeah. So point is, Anji is very minus. He's very minus in a lot of different situations. And, but with the introduction of fish, this. So what this is this is a plus on block. So it's a mid. It looks like an overhead, but it is a mid. So what it is it's a plus on block guard crush. I believe it's plus 6 or like plus 7, plus 8 around there. Plus on block, bro invincible. It's basically a fucking DP. Yeah, you can't really fuck with this move as Zato. You can, not a lot of characters can though, to be fair. I believe it's 3 frames active, so you can backdash it, but you have to guess when he's actually gonna do the fucking move, because he can delay it. So yeah, but you're not fucking getting that right. So you can't really backdash it, right? Hard knockdowns on hit for whatever reason. Danger. So yeah, it's just a fucking broken ass DP Danger. From his spin. The neutral itself, he has this, right? He has good normals. Obviously, this is one of the best normals at dealing with any pressure. Very far-reaching 5-frame TP. Yeah. The neutral is not good due to the fish. Zato is also one of the worst characters in the game at dealing with Rekka follow-up Nagoriyuki. This has the same issue as like with Chipp, Millia, Geo, etc. Zato cannot punish this move and is very bad at punishing it even when he gets the opportunity. Just because, like, for example, like, okay, like from this spacing, like your 2K2D is not working from the spacing, right? So yeah, Anji, Orange Wall Assault, amazing conversions, high damage, neutral is in his favor. Yeah, not a great matchup, but not as bad as some of the other matchups. Okay, so this matchup fucking sucks. Like one of Zato's worst, like definitely top 10 worst. To start, Zato cannot punish her hover. Doesn't get a combo. So for example, counter. Okay. That doesn't work, right? He doesn't get confirms, right? Yeah, just doesn't get confirms, nothing. Most characters here will actually get a punish. Let me see if I can actually demonstrate it right quick. There we go. So yeah, that's the combo that you can get off doing that. Other characters get different combos, but Zato's combo is definitely pretty invisible, as he does not get one. Zato, sadly, not having an anti-air 5P versus Eno is huge. So his confirms off punishing her hovers are very bad. He's also very shit at dealing with the dive, as his 5 feet is not anti-air. And it's just very good for him. Ino has some building options to deal with a lot of Zato's stuff. So like Axl, how he has like ID back, JS, and Rainwater, and 2K, etc. Ino has Stroke. So if you can imagine what I did with Axl, so for example, if I do stuff like Pierce into Drill, right? She's able to do this in between the gap. Or if I do Pierce in the Frog, thinking that she's gonna jump, obviously HCL goes under the Frog and I get punished. So she has a lot of building options to deal with Eddie's stuff. She also has some stuff with dive as well, which make it extremely annoying, like I said. Can't punish her doing options. HCL is extremely good for Zato. Extremely good. She also has 2H as well to kind of just deal with Eddie on the ground. She has a Wake Reversal Super. And she uses Orange Wild Soul, one of the best in the game. Off any hit, you're going through the wall. Boom, you're fucking dead. It was definitely nice to be able to bait her burst before, but you just can't do that anymore. And the neutral's already horrendous, so yeah, can't really punish her. She doesn't really have a reason to stop doing the things she does. Funny enough, I will actually put the DM on the screen, or the message on the screen. I actually asked Gobo about this matchup, and I will put exactly what he says on the screen. There it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, don't play this shit. This match fucking sucks. Yeah, risk forward is terrible. Everything is terrible. Like I said, Zato's he's also bad at catching backdash. Danger. Yeah, you just can't fucking catch it now. Like this shit, Zato. Yeah, this shit is just trash. Don't play it. Okay, there's a lot of things to talk about with Goldlewis. First, that's one. Okay, White Wall Assault. Second, the flight nerf matters versus Goldlewis, but in a different way than you would think. So, you never could really fly on Goldlewis because this button is fucking insane. It doesn't matter if you're behind him, on top of him, in front of him, on the, like anywhere. Like this button will hit flight change. It's just, it does everything. Round start is Goldlewis favors. Neutral is Goldlewis favor. And obviously damage and risk ward is in Goldlewis favor as well. Zato is still good versus it, but he used to be one of the best characters at dealing with, where's that? This move. Right, because before Zato, if Goldlewis did this, right, what Zato would do is basically put this up and eat all the hits, and then boom, you know. But now that Eddie is dead for so long, in a lot of different situations, before you would kind of backdash, like if Eddie was dead, like let's say Eddie died before, you kind of backdash, maybe flies, and then boom, Eddie would be back, you put up a pose, and then you're good, right? You don't have to deal with it. But now, since Eddie's dead for so long, you don't have a pose, you can't fly as long, Goldlewis is running at you, you have to deal with this shit, and obviously if you get hit, you die. Not to mention, if you get hit by this, you die as well, right? Not fun. Goldlewis probably does the most damage in the game. Next, the flight nerf. Well, okay, let me talk about this as well. So, this move. So this move was actually never good for Zato when this match was Zato favor. But now it's actually good. You're not really supposed to be summoning too much in neutral versus Goldlewis. But this, so okay. If it's level 3, it deletes Eddie. Right? Level 3 minigun deletes Eddie. Level 2 minigun deletes Eddie as well. Level 1 minigun will not. Oh, right? So level 3 and level 2 minigun will delete Eddie, and yeah, because of flight nerf, you can't fly as long, you can't punish a lot of stuff from about full screen, so flight nerf kind of sucks versus Goldlewis. Not for falling on him, like just randomly trying to random out with fly, but dealing with drone and dealing with minigun, it definitely does affect a lot. Same with the Eddie gauge nerf. But yeah, P-normal nerfs also kind of suck. Round start is already terrible when it used to not be, but White Wall Assault. Yeah, also, unironically, Zato, it's funny, Zato is actually, he's supposed to beat this character. Like, this character is supposed to lose to Zato. I don't know the input for fucking laser. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There it is. Okay. So Zato can actually go under this move. Right? So thankfully Zato is a character that doesn't have to deal with laser. If he couldn't go under laser, this match would be even worse. and probably within like top 5 worst for Zato, but it's a pretty bad matchup, but there's definitely worse, but it's still horrendous. I've personally played this matchup with a fucking shit ton. I'm pretty comfortable in it, but it's hard. It's definitely hard to play. Yeah. Oh, and also, like I said, Zato's 6P is not the greatest at dealing with like buttons. It's very good at neutral, but as anti, it's not the greatest. And Goldlewis happens to have this shit, and it's hard for Zato to fuck with this button. So yeah, neutral just sucks. It's not good now. When White Waldo gets nerfed and this character gets nerfed, we will revisit this conversation of who wins. Okay, so with Jacko, what makes this matchup so bad? Alright, moving on. Okay, so Happy Chaos. This matchup is a matchup. Alright, so to start, like I said, that I think the biggest thing to talk about, Zato sucks at catching backdash. He cannot catch fucking backdashes. He's terrible at it. Happy Chaos has the fucking like, the backdash of the gods.
Oh yeah.
He was able to get cast off on him actually, and he, oh my god. He managed to,
Can't fuck with this.
Negative penalty.
No, cannot fuck with this. This. Okay, so it's normals. This is fucking godlike. This is godlike. This is the bread, like the bread and the fucking wine. Gray anti 5p, good anti 6p. It's fine, I guess. This shit is so Zato being a slower character, like I said, sucks at catching backdash. This matchup, even like, so one of the problems with HC now is a lot of the HC players complain that his damage is too low, he can't do enough, it's lacking. Zato has no guts, HC has a gut crushing super, as well as, I mean, corner to corner, fucking wall breaks, whatever. But that's not the point. The point is, he has lower damage, but for Zato, it doesn't matter as much because Zato bleeds. He is great normal. Zato, to play neutral in this match a lot of the times, is throwing himself at Happy Chaos. So a lot of the times, Zato will do run up 2S, right? This is kind of how he plays. Not really using the P normals, especially since they're nerfed. So you're kind of running at him using this button. The only problem is you're kind of throwing yourself at him, and with Happy Chaos is confirmed. Like Happy Chaos literally confirms off anything. With Happy Chaos confirms that either if you're wrong, you're either getting sent through the wall or you're getting hard knocked down into blocking Happy Chaos and wake up. So yeah, Zato isn't the greatest at dealing with clone either. He's terrible at catching backdash, terrible at chasing characters, and you know Happy Chaos' air shot. You know, Curse obviously is backwards movement as well. So yeah, Zato still feels like he's getting hit by a fucking truck when he fights Happy Chaos, which is not great at all. I think Happy Chaos with his nerfs struggles more against heavy characters due to kind of healing them due to his damage, but not with Zato. Yeah, I will say though, I definitely consider myself one of the better Zato players at this matchup. If you play Zato, you have to go fight Aaron. Like that fellow, bro, you'll like question if you want to keep playing this game. Yeah, this matchup is just fucking hard. Yeah, don't play this shit. Okay, so this matchup, Zato Baiken is a funny one. So okay, first off, this. Her JS is insane for Zato. Just randomly sniping summons, randomly catching shit. It goes like fucking full screen. Like this shit is so good. That's one. Two, she's able to poke at Eddie from safe ranges. So for example, if I do drills, she's able to poke at Zato at safe ranges. So if Zato does, say this, goes through, like what the? Like this is disgusting. Like this doesn't look real, right? So it goes through drills. Yeah, this shit is just very good. Able to kind of poke at Zato from safe distances. Like yeah, that shit is in combination with this as well, right? Like look how far. Look how far. Fucking like almost full screen. What the fuck, right? Plus two, Baiken, what I understand, shows versus characters with DPs. Zato does not fucking have that. And also, he fucking bleeds. First, Baiken fucking makes this character, like, this shit is bane. If Zato gets hit, he's probably dying off that hit. Consistently gets two-touched by this character. Danger. Like I said, Zato 6P isn't the greatest. He kind of struggles at dealing with this JH as well. So kind of struggles for his Baiken's air options. Struggles on obviously the ground game is hard as well. The risk reward is pretty terrible. And, you know, with Baiken being a tether bot this patch, then, you know, situations like this are a lot harder to get out of than other characters for sure. And when you get hit, it's probably so, yeah, pretty bad matchup, but it's fine. One other thing that I don't see enough people talk about. So Zato's command grab is, so in the corner, it's pretty bad. It's only +7. It's, you don't get meaty drills afterwards. Like, you're not plus enough to just do this on wake up and it be safe. It's mashable. So, but with Baiken having a parry, frame 1 parry, you have to basically RPS in the corner, and it's not really in your favor. It's her favor. So once you command grab, at this point, you have to guess if she parries, if she chooses to wake up with a button or run at you. So if you wait, you could just lose your turn. If you press, you could get parried. If you backdash, you could lose your turn. You can be right. Yeah, you can be right. But again, it's unfortunate, right? It's just not a great situation, especially when you're trying to run your offense, and that's how you win with Zato. You want to get started and, you know, kind of loop shit. Can't really do that versus Baiken. Kind of sucks. So, not a good matchup. Okay, so, Testament. There's a lot with this matchup. So, to start, neutral is unplayable. One of the worst neutrals in Zato's matchups. Like, this matchup is fucking horrible. It's horrible, it's horrible. Zato can't punish shit like other characters do, not having a traditional air dash. He has flight. Situation like this, Zato can't jump over an air dash where other characters can. Yeah, he gets punished due to Testament having lower recovery normals. He kind of just gets 6p. Flight isn't very good either, because again, 6p is very good. Close slash as well as good at anti-airing, but it has its moments along with their 5p. Yeah, it's just a fucking abysmal matchup. Like, the neutral is unplayable. It's, out of all the matchups, the only reason I didn't put it higher is because I just assume I'm not the greatest at it. I've played it a lot, I've beat a lot of great Testaments, but again, it's just, I find it so uncomfortable where other Zato players might not think it's as comfortable. You know, so again, I kind of just put the blame on myself. But fuck that, it's my matchup chart. I think this shit is, the neutral is impossible to play. Danger. So you can't really use Eddie in neutral. You're kind of just dash blocking at them. But, you know, due to Orange Wall Assault and, you know, just everything, especially when you're cursed, you just, at Zato, you just bleed. Like, you just fucking bleed. The only thing that Zato has going for them in this matchup is that their defense, Testament's defense, is not the greatest, so you can just kind of steamroll at some points. But again, that requires you getting in. Plus, you can't bait their burst, and you need to bait their burst. Plus, like I said, Zato is the worst character, or one of the worst characters at catching backdashes, and Testament's backdashes for fucking children. So, yeah, it's, yeah, this shit is trash. Can't catch the backdash. Their reversal is not that good, but yeah, 6p, normals, low recovery, stay in state, can't get out of a lot of their shit. Eddie is useless. Yeah, it's just a bunch of things. This shit is fucking atrocious. Especially air fire, Zato struggles versus as well. Not a great matchup, not a great matchup. Okay, this matchup. I'm not even gonna talk about this matchup. Yo-Yo is just, Bridget is the best character in the game of killing Yo-Yo. She is this, she is this, she is this. Yo-Yo, grounded Yo-Yo as well. It doesn't fucking matter. Both versions, or every version of Yo-Yo is fucking it just, everything just fucking works. Yeah, everything just works. The only way to like fucking somehow get around, because you're not with, in fact, I'm gonna put a clip on the screen.
Eddie's digging in the playbook.
Yeah, it's like
100%. It's a pretty good option, but like, you know, you go to it when you're starting to feel the pressure.
And that should describe the matchup. This matchup is fucking abysmal. The only way you can like somehow take a round is if the Bridget player has like, you know, if they're like dealing with some shit in real life, you know, like they're going through it, you know, if maybe family member died, something like that. Maybe like fucking like fly or like some sand got in their eye. I don't know how, like their buttons are misbinded, something like that. Then you could like win a round. But you can like mash the shit out of 6p and pray for the best. But burst, obviously, like I said, the clip I just put on the fucking screen, right? Like danger. Burst is just, oh gosh, burst is burst, man. You cannot get through that shit. You can't bait or burst. And guess what? Like I said, I think I already said, one of the best backdashes in the fucking game in neutral. Can't catch her for shit. And she has a fucking DP. Automatically loses. This matchup is fruitless. It was meant truly for God's strongest soldiers. I don't know. I must be the strongest, bro. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't fucking know. This shit is jokes. This shit is fucking jokes. Also 2H, obviously. Don't play this shit. This matchup's dangerous. Okay, Sin. One, I'm gonna loop back to this. Zato cannot catch fucking backdashes. He cannot. This. The backdash. No, Zato cannot catch this. His air normals aren't great, but this is kind of serves as Ram's JS. It's good for situations, but not the greatest at the same time. It's situational. The other air normals aren't. So this is good air to air in the corner, but yeah, the situational air normals not the greatest. This button got buffed. Very, very good for killing Eddie and, you know, kind of fucking with Zato. This button, okay, sorry, this special move, Beat Driver, if you look at the hurt box, like the hitbox, I'll put a picture on the screen. It's not, you see the hurt box kind of extends. It's pretty easy to hit him out of it, but with Zato, you just cannot. You can, but there's no punishment. You kind of just throw it, and he can't do anything. So for example, if Zato does, so I set the recording, trade, right? Now the game is over. And Zato got hit, Eddie's gone, the game is fucking boom. Like, in situations where Sin does get clipped, so situations like that, he's not taking any damage from this. Like this, it's not a reason enough to make sense. Yeah, it's just not reason enough to make Sin scared. Besides this, he also has this move, low profile, full screen low. It's pretty good versus Zato, but it's also not the greatest. It works. It's kind of just RPSing again, like over in neutral. 6P, obviously very good. He has the best DP in the game, which again, like I said, DP, he beats Zato by default. This DP is fucked up versus Zato. Again, he used to be one of the better characters at dealing with DP, now he's like the worst. Zato also is the worst character in the game at punishing DPs. His punishes are very shit, to the point where it's kind of like throwing out Big Driver. It's like, why, like, until you give me a reason, like, why would I stop doing it? Zato can't really enforce too much when it comes to punishing, so you kind of just get DP'd on. Neutral is not your favor. He has this. This is really good for killing Eddie. It's like 13 frames for recovery. Kind of just spam it. Long reaching forward slash. Long reaching poke. Kind of like the Bari. Long reaching poke to kind of get Zato out of the shit. A little like Mistfinder as well. Insane damage. Car supers, whatnot. You get the point. This matchup sucks. This matchup is terrible. I'm not fucking talking about Bedman. Who cares? Bedman has White Wall Assault. I don't care. Okay, so Asuka. Before Zato got gutted, this matchup used to be fun. It used to be like even to maybe like I don't know, slight Asuka favor or slight Asuka favor, slight Zato favor. Depends on you ask, right? This matchup is okay. So the Eddie timer and Eddie flight suck in this matchup. The nerfs. So before, Eddie's actually pretty good. Once you get him out, he's actually pretty good at dealing with cubes. So before, you kind of stop a lot of shit that Asuka was doing with this. You know, if you got Eddie Pierce out, it could do some work. Oppose obviously eats a lot of shit. Frog is situationally good, right? But you know, before if Eddie died, you know, boom, he's dead. But you know, he comes back so fast that you can kind of put Eddie back out there to start dealing with more of Asuka's shit. Now, because of the nerfs, you just have Eddie, and then if it doesn't work out, he's dead, and then you can't deal with it. And since Flight got nerfed as well, you can't really land on top of Asuka anymore. So if, like, let's say he has, let's say, Arpeggio, right? Harder at flying over Arpeggio for sure. Dealing with the fire stack cubes, like the 5, like shit like this is obviously harder to get over because of the flight nerves. Can't stay in the air as long, harder to deal with. Also, Zato gets fucking deleted. Once Asuka gets started, Zato feels like one of the worst characters to come back from Asuka getting started. Due to how much damage Zato takes from Asuka's shit, and just, yeah. Also, the 5P nerfs are just, feel really shitty versus Asuka. Not as good as hitting cubes. So yeah, Flight, Eddie Timer, P normals. Also, Zato sucks at catching backdash, like I've said a million times. So it's hard to catch Asuka's backdash. And lastly, you need to bait Asuka's fucking burst. You need to bait this character's burst. But you cannot do that anymore. So yeah, this matchup is pretty abysmal. Yeah, it's pretty shit. Okay, Elphelt. Okay, so to start, she's fast. Fast is good versus Zato. It really is. So that's good. Not as fast as like Millia and shit, but she's probably like top 5.
Danger.
5-ish fastest characters in the game. She moves very well. She has a projectile, which is pretty good versus Zato. Again, it's not as good versus like better Zatos, but it can work. And again, that one Eddie kill can really change the game, so it's good that she has it. Obviously, Elphelt lacks in damage. She sucks versus DP, and she lacks in damage. Zato does not have DP, and Zato has, like I've said, the lowest health in the game. So her hits matter a lot more for Zato. I don't know Elphelt combos. I would never play this fucking character. But, for example, let's just say like, you get hit by... Yeah, something like that, right? You just eat damage, eat shit. It's so easy for her to hit you, especially with the way her record is built. But yeah, fast, good normals. This is a good normal. It's slower, but reaches pretty far, so it serves its purpose. Fast, good normals, fireball. Easy to hit because she has the fucking record, and with meter she kind of just kills you, where a bunch of other characters you can't really fuck with a lot of her shit because of no DP. You do have your 6P is good versus her, right? Your 6P is pretty good versus her, but again, that only goes so far. Nerf P normals as well, so womp womp. Yeah, this matchup sucks. This character's not bad at all. Elphelt is fucking good. So okay, this character. One, you cannot fly versus this character. Cannot fly, especially in Jealousy Rage. What the fuck is the input here? Like, don't listen to fucking Attack the Pop, bro. This button is just, yeah, it's really good at dealing with flight. 5H, obviously, good at dealing with some Eddie things, stopping summons, whatnot. Putting a lucky hit on an Eddie. This broken ass move. In fact, actually, before I even talk about A.B.A anymore, put the clip on the screen, bro. Just put the fucking clip. Damage is out through the fucking roof. RPS is in her favor. She can obviously parry Eddie in some situations in neutral when you use him in neutral. You get the meter. No DP, so that kind of sucks. Versus A.B.A. Yeah, she has some good options versus Eddie outside the parry with her dash. Not the greatest, but you know, she manages to make it work. Let's see. But yeah, she just shits out damage. You can't fly versus her. Eddie-less, since Eddie's gone for so long, you can't really, again, you can't fly install, you can't really backdash her away because she's so fast. When she's in install, she turns into fucking Chipp / May / Soul / fucking Nago / May, if I already said her. So, hard to get away from her, hard to not die. Yeah, I can't really talk about this matchup too much. I haven't played it too much, but from when I did play it, it felt fucking horrible. So, I don't even play Zato for this matchup, so. But yeah, moving on. Okay, and we've made it to the very end. Lastly, we have Slayer, this fucker. Okay, so I used to think this matchup was actually worse, but after playing it more, I guess it's not as bad as I imagined it to be. It still sucks. The reasons why, this button is really fucking good versus Zato. Slayer does throw himself at you, so he uses himself as the hitbox, obviously. So, for example,
Danger.
He's pretty prone to 6P. Slayer is pretty prone to 6P due to him kind of throwing himself at you. So this obviously. This button is insanely good versus Zato. It's good at dealing with some Eddie situations. I won't go too in depth with it, but he's pretty it serves its purpose. The damage is through the fucking roof. Like, the risk reward is insane. You know, I used to think this match was worse than it actually was, but I kind of learned how to get through Slayer's offense, kind of the layers to it. Without meter, it's not as bad, but once Slayer gets meter and he's pressuring you, like, that shit is probably fucking over. The damage is just insane. I don't enjoy playing this matchup. It's not fun to play. Slayer's not a fun character to fight. Yeah, not too fun. Just damage. That's pretty much all he's good for, though. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, I'm down to answer any questions, and until next time, thank you.